South Rain, Uncle Plug, let's go. No middleman.
So as we speak about losses, there have been a lot of losses in society and in Black culture. And we lost another Black man here who was actually stabbed and unalived by his OnlyFans girlfriend. And there's really not a lot of people covering this story. Nobody was asking for justice for him. There's been no protesting. There's been no grifting announcements. There's been no Crump sightings. There's been no Al Sharptons. And I'm talking about, this is another case that's pretty much clear as day. Even if you go, we won't be showing all the videos, but if you go watch all the videos of her having blood all over her, multiple videos coming out from their relationship of her already being very violent as a partner. So, you know, this is another, I got to keep it real. This is another white privilege moment, man. We're going to see it right in front of our eyes. I want y'all guys to see her charges.
About what's been going on with this Courtney Clenny case. But most recently, this woman who was alleged to and now pled guilty to murdering her boyfriend only was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Not only that, guys, but she's already done 4, which means she could be out in a couple of years because she took a manslaughter charge and she's not going to be in jail for very long. Some people are saying she may be out in a few months. So we'll get into what happened in this case, if you're not familiar with it, who this person is and what happened with her and this back and forth between her boyfriend that ultimately resulted in her stabbing and killing her boyfriend. Check this out. Amy posted about this over on X. If you guys don't follow Amy and you want to stay up to date on the latest news, make sure you do that over on X at @IamyLee. She says this: breaking, OF model Courtney Clenny has been sentenced to 6 years in prison after pleading guilty to manslaughter in April 2022's fatal stabbing of her boyfriend, Kristen O, after at their Miami apartment. Now, how you can get away with manslaughter for stabbing somebody, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out from a legal standpoint, and we'll get into that in a second. Clenny, who originally faced second-degree murder charges carrying up to life in prison, reached the plea deal with the Miami-Dade prosecutors. With credit for time served since her August 2022 arrest, she could be released in under 2 years, some saying as early as December. Now, following her prison release, she will undergo mandatory mental health and substance abuse treatment. Let's get into some of the details of what happened here. This case is crazy.
Years of legal twists and turns, OnlyFans model Courtney Clenny has taken responsibility for killing her boyfriend. Today, the social media influencer pleaded guilty and is now on her way to state prison for stabbing her boyfriend at their Edgewater condo. NBC6 reporter Christian Colon joins us now with the shocking conclusion.
From OnlyFans model to convicted killer, Courtney Clenny is now on her way to prison after pleading guilty to fatally stabbing her boyfriend, Christian Abumseli.
You're facing up to 30 years in the state prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you still wish to plead guilty?
I do.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty, or you believe this is in your best interest?
Clenny, who was facing up to 30 years in prison, accepted a plea deal, 6 years in state prison, followed by 5 years of probation.
I would love to talk to the district attorney about this plea deal. How do you go from second-degree murder to manslaughter? Only 6 years in prison. Something isn't adding up here. This is insane.
Credit for the 4 years she's already served and the possibility the OnlyFans model will be a free woman in less than 2 years.
Courtney has a future ahead of her. As her father, I'm looking forward to that day that she can begin rebuilding her life. I'm looking forward to the day I can sit across from her face to face and hug her and tell her how much I love her.
The victim's family agreed to the plea deal, and in court, they took the time to honor their loved one killed at the hands of the woman he loved.
The birthdays, the holidays, we will not celebrate with him.
Wow.
The conversations we will never have. The person he would have continued to become, those losses continue much longer after today's court case ends.
And Christian
I can't imagine.
took responsibility, but she's still claiming she's the victim. Can you explain?
Here we go. This is what y'all are asking about.
That's right. Today, Clenny's parents telling us that their daughter was a true victim of a domestic very violent relationship in this case, telling us that they say that Christian choked her that day, which forced her to stab him to death. We'll have more on that part of the story coming up tonight at 5 o'clock.
And we'll get into that part of the story as well moving forward. We're going to go to TMZ for that. But at the end of the day, wow. He stabbed her earlier, or he didn't stab her. He's the one that's dead. They got in the back and forth. He choked her early in that day, allegedly. I don't know if it got caught on camera or not. We'll get into that in a second. And then she stabs him later. It's a tough situation, guys. I mean, we have to go through and look at all the evidence. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see everything. There was a preliminary hearing. This case is just sad all the way around. But let's check this out and get a little bit more of the background information from Harvey over there at TMZ.
Courtney Clenny, the OnlyFans model who stabbed her boyfriend and killed him, just got a sweet plea bargain.
Yeah.
She appeared in court this morning in Florida, exactly 4 years to the day that she was incarcerated for the alleged murder of Christian Abumseli.
It's not alleged anymore.
And she now got a 6-year sentence. And that means with various credits, she could get out in about a year and a half. This is really a victory for Courtney because she was facing
I think that's an
second-degree
understatement.
murder, and the maximum sentence there is life. The maximum sentence for manslaughter, first degree, is actually 30 years. So she got a 6-year sentence and will get credit for time served. That is an amazing deal for a couple of reasons. One, even though she was going to fight this and plead not guilty, you never know how a jury is going to rule. And secondly, if there were a hung jury, then it would probably take a year or two for a retrial. And
not to mention that she was facing up to 30 years, probably even more than that, depending on how you look at this case. I mean, it's absolutely insane the deal this woman got. And we say deal, you know, obviously she's been in jail for 4 years and was going to go to prison for another year and a half or two. So that's amazing.
By the time a retrial would happen based on this deal, she'd already be out. So whichever way you look at this, this was a great deal for Courtney Clenny.
That's a fact.
The family of Christian was in court, and there is still a bone of contention here. The family wants to make sure that Courtney does not profit from her crime. And Courtney's lawyer said that they will fight that because they think that any son of Sam law, which is what we call it, limiting what somebody can make once they've pled guilty and served their time, is unconstitutional. So they could be setting up a real court case here on the constitutionality of these sons of Sam laws.
I think she's going to make money either way. Whether she goes back to doing what she was doing before, I don't know that she'll have to, but that could be possible. Or she writes a book. I mean, in a lot of these cases, again, she got a major break. A lot of people are saying a break that she didn't deserve. And in this case, I think she's going to, I won't say win, but she's going to find a way through eventually.
So
how do y'all feel about that case? We have a gentleman who lost his life from a stabbing event with his OnlyFans girlfriend. So how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah. She only got 6 years. 6 funky years for a whole life. But that sounds like some YT privilege. That's what that sounds like to me. Because and then she pled guilty, admitted. You did it? Okay. Slap on the wrist. That's chump change. I've seen people get more time for that with some dope.
There you go. Can y'all hear me now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was buffering. It was a black screen on my end on StreamYard. It's been doing it the whole time. What last thing I heard from you, Plug, was the YT energy.
That's YT privilege.
Privilege.
Like really, she real talk, I seen people get more time for drugs.
Drugs, DUI,
yeah. I mean, like that's what kind of deal is that?
Plea deal. It's a deal.
Yeah, I know. I dig it. But what kind of deal is that? 6 years for manslaughter? You go from second-degree murder to manslaughter in 6 years? Yeah. Oh, shh. Man. Shh. I don't know. I can't call it, bro. This thing got out of hand. What do you call that? Anybody? Can we justify that?
What is your thoughts, Rain?
She took a man's life, regardless of. If you pick up a knife
Mm-hmm.
and unalive somebody.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's intention. There's other way you could have ran away. If it was so-called self-defense, you could have ran away. You could have went out the door. There's so many other things you could do besides going in the kitchen or wherever you went to get the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was to me, that's an intent with it. So and then what really, I know you probably seen my face, what really ticked me off was her father. You're saying this is okay. You want to see her face again. But she just took another person's life. How do you know that she won't do it to you or anybody else again? If you that on edge.
That it's it's okay. That this like to be honest, it seems like it's okay. It just seemed like black with this icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Like it just seemed like it's okay to take a black life. No matter who takes it. No matter who takes it. It seemed like it's okay. It's all right. Oh, he was black? All right, no problem. What his name is? Now they talking about, don't worry about the occupation. Nah, just. And did they say anything about domestic? I don't even hear anything about a domestic. Was there a domestic dispute?
They had multiple. I know we previously spoke about this on No Middleman about, people staying in relationships too long, right? How these things normally end up in these manners. Throughout his case, there were a lot of videos sent in from both sides, right? They both had moments where they both were alleged of possible DV. So their whole relationship was very physical, if that's how you want to call it. The later videos throughout their relationship, you started to notice that she was more physical. He was trying to just kind of hold her off. I think the last one was when he was in the elevator, and she was very physical with him, and he was trying to hold her off, push her back. And I want to say the incident happened not too long after that. So we always talk about just being in relationships for too long. We trying to tell, especially men in general, is like, hey, you don't have to stay in those type of relationships. You don't have to stay where you know that you're not wanted, where you're not needed, or anytime anybody is putting their hands on someone, I think it's time to go.
Or you feel unsafe altogether.
Yeah.
Then why even stay if you feel unsafe?
Yeah. So very unique case, man. Didn't get too much coverage. I still feel that coverage does dictate a lot of narratives. I was able to listen to the closing remarks from his family. Very tough closing remarks. They showed her face a lot of, some smirks here and there. There was even a moment where she was like blowing a kiss to the camera, things of that nature. So just a very unique case, man. We'll definitely keep an eye on it, like the full outcome. But it looks like she already got a verdict. It was dropped down to a manslaughter, which definitely doesn't fit the case at all. So just something to think about. Hopefully the family is able to appeal and maybe try to go up for another trial, see what they can do there. But I would tell men to really get out of these relationships, vice versa for women as well. If you're in a very toxic relationship, don't stay. Anytime it becomes physical, definitely stay. So I'm telling you.
Penny said, I'm honestly surprised no one tries to run that fool down.
Oh, he's talking about the In and Out.
Yeah. Miles said he had a bag of pew-pews and rifles. He planned it. Two Tight said, man, it's the depressing night tonight. Penny said, homie didn't do his homework for $5.99 a subscription. Penny said, fair skin privilege has its perks, I guess.
Got to.
Penny said, as her